Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to do Let's Talk Legendary, and today is going to be Tasigur the Golden Fang. So let's begin with talking about him and see where it takes us. So we begin with Tasigur the Golden Fang. He's from the Tarkir Plane, where the clans of Tarkir ruled. Basically there were 5 clans that ruled, and he was one of them from there. He was once a Khan, where humans still ruled the Sultai brood, one of the 5 clans. Well, his story is basically a typical story. When he was young, he was heir to the Sultai fortune. He enjoyed his own pleasures more than anything else, so he didn't care about politics or anything. He was just basically having fun. He also typically liked to be carried around on a high chair by zombies. And when he was doing this, he also carried most likely a whip, which he used out of boredom or someone displeased him. So because of him, actually, later in life, the Sultai lost an ability to control the zombies, or undead minions, which of course, at this situation, the Naga, who were part of his group, also left him too. This led to constant attacks by the Jeskai and the Abzan forces, which are other clans on the plane. Now, after all this, in the new timeline, eventually became Silmargar's personal slave. He was a dragon, later becoming a necklace around him, which is really cool. So Tasigur the Golden Fang was actually seen in 2 cards, and he's quoted in 4 cards or referred to. So the first card, as you can see, is he's actually himself, and it's pretty cool. It says delve each card exiled from the graveyard while casting spell pays for 1. And put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard and return a non-land card of an opponent's your choice from graveyard to your hand. And the next card he has that he was in is Tasgur's Cruelty. It says delve, exile a card from a graveyard, and it costs 1 less. Each opponent discards 2 cards. And the saying is, the cruelest tortures leave no mark upon the flesh. So Tasigur was actually quoted or referred to in 4 cards, and the first card you see is Douse in Gloom. It says, the Mardu warrior was overjoyed when Tasigur set him free and granted him passage through the jungle. He failed to notice that the leader's cruel smile. And the next card on the list is Sib Sing Host, and he was quoted, they were friends, your family, your clan. They only want to welcome you, Tasigur the Golden Fang. And as you can see by the picture, it's really kind of ironic because of him losing that ability. The zombies were able to take over. And it says, when Sib Sing Host enters the battlefield, each player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. And the next card, which was mentioned in the previous part, was Silmargar the Drifting Death. He was a dragon, and in the saying it says, no machinations, no puppet strings, no plots, just pure sweeping death. Tasigur the Golden Fang, referring to this legendary dragon, which of course has flying, hexproof. Whenever dragon control attacks, creatures defending player controls gets -1/-1 until end turn for that 6 mana. And the last card that he was actually mentioned is in Typhoid Rats. And it says, when Tasigur sent his ambassadors to the Abzan outpost, the true envoys were not the Naga, but the infectious rats they carried with them. Because again, as I mentioned before, the Naga were actually part of his army, but then when everything collapsed, they had left. So that's actually kind of cool that the rats were in this saying, because it can be used as a battle. So if you like this video, just keep watching other videos on the channel, and I hope you guys have a good day and a good evening.